Hello and welcome to the We Recommend podcast, a movie podcast where every week we recommend a movie for you to watch and then come back here, listen to us discuss. I'm Jesse.
And I'm Jason.
And you sit on a throne of lies because this week we recommend Elf. So,
yeah.
I have seen this movie since 2003.
Every single year.
1 billion times. I mean, it's like, because usually on Thanksgiving someone puts it on, and then on Christmas it's on, and then it's always on something in between those two times. And it's just like, I realized that when I was taking notes, I don't think I've ever paid attention to the movie Elf. Because this time watching it, I was an emotional wreck at the end. I was like, whoa, what is this? Am I just in my feelings? What's going on at this ending here? Everybody's singing. I'm just like, Santa's real.
Little baby comes out of the sack.
Santa's real.
Oh, man.
He's real. Everybody's realizing it.
Do you know what this? I am so glad this movie was made because it takes the place of one of those old shitty Christmas movies that you have to watch every year.
Yeah, like the 500 that exists.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
It can at least take one of their spots.
And it's like perfect because it's in that time where Will Ferrell was just like banger after banger. It's great. And it's just like he's entering his height of just where everyone loves Will Ferrell and what he does.
Yeah.
And I love Will Ferrell and what he does.
Yes.
But also, this movie helps kick off the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
What?
Because without this movie, we probably don't get Jon Favreau doing Iron Man, which is Jon Favreau is the one that directed this movie. He also does Mandalorian, The Jungle Book,
Gotcha.
The New Lion King.
Is this his first movie?
No, I think he did Swingers, if I'm not incorrect.
Huh.
But I can't actually.
Interesting.
Did you ever see his movie Chef? It's where he's a chef.
No.
It's like, it's just a food truck. It's like him and his son on a food truck, and they just like go around. Dude, I went out and bought a
food truck?
No, a panini maker because they make sandwiches, and they look so delicious. So I love your boy loves his paninis. So the movie stars Will Ferrell playing Buddy, James Caan, R.I.P.
Is his dad?
Rest in peace, baby. The thief himself.
I didn't know he died.
He's in Godfather. He's a gangster. We lost a gangster, you know. You got Bob Newhart as
the crossroads.
Papa Elf.
Wait, who?
Bob Newhart is Papa Elf.
Yeah.
You got Zoe Deschanel as Jovi. Weird old name. Love Zoe Deschanel. It's great, and she's not even like super bubbly in this one, which is kind of the crap she gets now because of New Girl. It's like she didn't always play that same character. And then you got Edward Asner, who plays Santa. Mary Steinberg, who played Emily, which is the mom.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
Faison Love is the Gimbals manager. I love that guy. He's like my favorite character of the whole
really
movie.
Funny.
He just gets so mad. Peter Dinklage.
Yes.
Miles Finch. Amy Sedaris. Love her as Deb. You got Andy Richter as Morris. Kyle Gass. Those are like the two writers. Yeah, great. Just an freaking amazing cast. Just banger after banger.
Hell yeah. It's really great.
So when was the first time you watched this movie?
Fucking long ass time ago. I don't know.
I think you saw
Probably saw it in theaters.
Really?
Honestly.
Oh, lucky. That'd been so much fun to watch in theaters.
I don't remember it, but.
You don't remember it?
Yeah, I don't remember
So is this like a movie you love, or is it just like, it's an okay holiday movie?
Yeah, I mean, at first it was incredible and it was funny. It was new, you know.
Then it's like all Christmas movies where it's like, dude, seriously.
Yeah, if I was, I think, a bigger fan of Christmas, I would remember more. But
yeah.
We've watched it every year for the past like 20 fucking years. So
yeah,
I don't know.
pretty much, right? I don't know. I guess, every time someone puts on Elf, I'm like, okay, here we go. But then it's just.
Like, yes, I can sit through this and enjoy
I see
myself.
the narwhal come up. Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad. And it's like, this is so funny.
And all the other animals run for their lives.
And then he finds a raccoon and attacks him and makes a monkey noise for some reason. Right? It's just him eating. I don't know. Just him eating gum, putting the syrup on the spaghettis. Yeah, it's great. World's best cup of coffee. It's like, it's the best. I don't know. Love it. Love it. Okay, so we'll get some facts. The belch, the giant burp that he did.
Oh, after drinking the soda pop?
Yeah, so that was not Will Ferrell's belch, actual belch.
Oh, bullshit.
Pretty obvious. But it was
Podcast over.
It was recorded by Maurice Lamarck, better known as the voice from Brain from Pinky and the Brain.
Wow.
That's who did it, yeah.
I loved Pinky.
Couldn't you tell? It's so obvious. It was definitely
And
the
the brain.
brain's burp, you know.
Yeah, I guess.
Everybody knows what the brain's burp sounds like. Were you a big Pinky and the Brain fan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it.
Snorf.
Watched it like every day on Nickelodeon. It's great. So Will Ferrell, he got sick from eating too much sugar.
Oh, God.
So we see him like eating like a crazy amount of sugar in the movie.
Spaghetti and the maple syrup and
Yeah.
the candy.
And it's had like M&Ms and Skittles in it or whatever.
Man.
So Ferrell actually ate most of the sweets depicted, and he told The Sun in an interview that this led him to suffering from terrible headaches and insomnia because of his character's horrendous diet.
Oh, Jesus.
So I wouldn't even think that like you'd get insomnia from eating it, but I guess if you're having too much sugar, you just can't sleep.
I guess. And, I mean, you may be a method actor, but you don't actually have to eat
No,
this
they have
candy.
to. They have to.
You don't have to consume it.
Well, I know from like listening to a lot of podcasts where actors like cover their own shows or the movies, eating is their least favorite thing. Like I remember listening to The Office Ladies where Pam and Angela,
okay.
those two actors, they just cover each episode weekly, and it seems like the thing they hate most is when they have to eat cake or candy, because every time if they mess up and they laugh during the thing, they have to restart with a brand new piece of cake and they have to eat it again. So like by the time that they're done with their day, they're like, I'm so sick of candy or cake. And it's just like, oh, this had to be a nightmare on this, because like, of course, Will Ferrell's gonna make everybody laugh. He's hilarious.
Yes.
So he's gonna have to retake all the time.
Oh man. Ugh. Yeah, I'll be sick too.
Yeah.
I can't handle it.
So the New York montage was completely improvised.
Awesome.
The final days of filming included only Ferrell and director Jon Favreau and a single cameraman. They captured a montage of Buddy doing various things when he arrives in New York and offered cash to bystanders to act as extras. In some cases, they surprised someone passing by and asked their permission to use footage after, including the man in the red sweats and pullover whom Buddy mistakes as Santa.
You're not Santa.
Yeah. The guy's reaction was like, huh?
Yeah, he
What the hell?
looked pissed.
Yeah, he was like, it's probably not his first time that day being called Santa in New York. You know, that's like what New York's known for. Okay, so the throne fight, like you sit on a throne of lies when you
Yes.
fight Santa, it had to apparently be done perfectly the first time. So
Wow.
because they had all that
Yeah, the
stuff
Legos
put together,
and everything.
it was going to take way too long to fix it and cost too much money to re-put everything back together to where it's supposed to be. So the scene could only be done once. The time and resources it would take to recreate the production design were deemed too large for the movie to risk having it to do it multiple times, so the pressure was on everyone to get it done right the first time. It's pretty crazy.
No pressure.
And it's really not even that big of a fight. It's just mainly tackling and
Yeah, they're just
then
rolling
getting up and like,
he pulls out the bat or the was it a pole?
Yeah.
The Festivus pole.
Yeah. So Jim Carrey was originally supposed to be Buddy. When Elf was in development, the original goal was for Jim Carrey to play Buddy. However, Carrey turned down the role. Carrey's famous comedy movies in the 90s include Ace Ventura, Dumb and Dumber, and all that won the attention of the Elf people. By the time Elf was finally ready to begin filming, Carrey had already turned his attention to new Christmas movie, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and Will Ferrell had taken over the role after rewrites and a new creative team that came aboard.
I couldn't see Jim Carrey as Buddy.
It'd be too much.
His face, I think his face is too serious when it wants to be.
Yeah,
I guess maybe.
I completely agree. I don't know. Just Jim Carrey's, I just don't think it'd work in this world.
No.
There's also a little bit of meanness sometimes to Jim Carrey's
Yes.
like comedy. Like a lot of his movies, he's just really mean, which is why he's perfect for Grinch.
Yeah.
A movie I don't care about.
What?
Yeah, I don't care about the Jim Carrey film.
I thought he did amazing
Grinch.
as the Grinch.
No, yeah, he's great in it. It's just, man, that's a movie where when it's put on, I'm like, no. That's another movie I've watched 1,000 times. But that one it doesn't sit here.
I don't watch it as much.
I'm pointing to my heart.
Yeah.
For everyone to know.
It sits right there on his buff pecs.
Yeah. My buff pecs. Quotation marks. So Will Ferrell refused to do a sequel. While Favreau was open to it, Ferrell refused to do an Elf sequel. Despite being offered a monumental salary to return, the cast and crew accomplished no small feat when they produced the classic, and Ferrell apparently didn't think it was worth trying to replicate the success only for the paycheck. Favreau has also closed the door on making another Elf movie, recently saying in a Variety interview, "I think there's always room for a new Christmas movies. That particular film, I don't know what the story would be told after that. It's very complete."
Yeah,
how do you do
there's
it?
really nothing else.
Unless like his kid grows up and it's like
escapes New York to go back to the North Pole to see his grandfather.
It'd have to be something. So it'd be something crazy. It'd be like an army of those, like, what is it?
Misfit toys.
The Rangers. What park are they in?
Yeah, the
oh my god.
Oh shit. The big New York City park.
Yeah,
place.
that one.
Central Park.
Central Park. Jesus Christ, dude.
The big city.
I could not think of it.
They're like Mounties in Canada.
And just like one more fact here. Most people know a lot about this movie, so I didn't want to get too crazy with the trivia. So, several minor traffic accidents occurred when Will Ferrell walked through the Lincoln Tunnel in his costume. Because people were so surprised and distracted from their driving to see him wearing an elf outfit just walking around.
I feel like, though, I've never been to New York, but you see crazy shit all the time.
I guess it was just seeing Will Ferrell in an elf costume, like, what the hell is he doing just walking around here?
Yeah, I guess so.
I'd immediately be like, well, this is obviously a movie, right?
Yeah. It's some weirdo. It's totally weird for New York.
Yeah.
Did you also see that they filmed a lot of stuff in an old insane asylum that had been shut down?
For this movie?
Yeah.
Was it all the doctor stuff?
All the stuff in the store. There was an old asylum that had been shut down a long time ago, and they bought it, or they rented it or whatever.
Really?
And that's how they saved so much money.
That's awesome. Do you think it was haunted?
I don't know.
Because according to ghost shows, every insane asylum was completely haunted.
Been a lot of crazy shit going on.
Sanatoriums and everything.
Yes.
They're haunted as can be.
Maybe.
Apparently. Maybe. According to every single
did you see
show.
the part with the chains on the walls and the people screaming?
Oh, that's what that was.
The torture scenes.
And then everybody's like, wait, what was that?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. All right, man. I want to know, give me your top 3 Christmas movies.
Ooh, shit. I think Krampus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that's number 1.
Yeah, I got you.
Now, like The Long Kiss Goodnight is probably one of them. Now after rewatching,
I'm not gonna lie, man. It might be one of mine too.
And then maybe this movie.
Yeah,
maybe an elf. I don't know. It's tough between because I love Grinches.
You love Grinches.
I love there's two.
I just love a bunch of Grinches.
Like the couple of the Grinch movies are pretty dang good.
Yeah. I like the new cartoon one.
Yeah, the new cartoon one was really
good. Fun.
It's got the pentatonics in it.
It's got Tyler the Creator does a song for it, which is great. That was great. Love the animation.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome. I used to love Jingle All the Way a whole lot.
Yeah.
But I'm not allowed to watch that anymore.
How come?
Because everyone else says it's bad in my house.
I won't lie. It is a bad movie.
It is
but
bad,
it's
but
still
I
fun to
enjoy it.
watch.
Yeah, I just enjoy seeing Arnold Schwarzenegger run around,
Yeah, he's great.
with Sinbad.
Yeah, Sinbad. Great. Just great. Yeah, that movie's terrible. But I still enjoy watching it. It's still a fun watch. Tom Arnold, he's such a douche in that movie.
Yes.
He's constantly hitting on the mom. He makes me so mad. I guess just off the top of my head, because I just thought of asking you that question just a second ago, so I hadn't even thought about it. Die Hard, Gremlins, Krampus. Just off the top of my head. Things that are like, things that are like not directly 100% associated with the Christmas aspect of it. Just more of, just horror stuff happening and action happening.
Yes.
This is the best Christmas.
I don't really care for like the really old movies anymore, like the Miracle on 34th Street and
what is it? A Wonderful Life.
The Wonderful. Oh,
I've seen A Wonderful Life once. It was good. It's just not something I want to watch.
Okay.
I just don't ever want to watch it again.
I never want to see it ever
Guy's
again.
life sucks. Okay.
Yeah.
Join the club.
Yeah.
Just kidding. That movie's wonderful. I just never have an urge to watch it.
Ugh.
I like quick, fun movies.
There you go.
For Christmas.
Yes.
It's like, look, let's just have some fun for an hour and 30 to 2 hours. Okay.
Hell yeah.
I don't want to feel bummed out. Okay. The 3 movies I picked don't bum me out.
All the Santa Claus movies.
The first one's great.
The Fred Claus.
Have you seen Santa Claus 3?
I'm sure I have. Is that where his brother comes in?
Jack White. Well, not Jack White. What is it? Jack Frost is in it. I think it's Martin Short plays it.
I love Martin Short, but yes,
his
terrible.
makeup is awful in it. It's like,
bad.
what did we do? I saw it at the drive-in. I don't know why I saw it at the drive-in. It must have been on after something else, but it was. I was like, what is
like,
this?
Since you're already here.
I've also seen it like 10 times some reason. It's probably half the reason I don't like it.
Have you seen the one, I think it's just called Claus, about the mailman that goes to...
Oh, isn't it like a German...
Oh, he's like, he goes to...
Like an animated film?
Yes, it is animated.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be German.
I thought it was.
I don't know. I thought that was really good.
I haven't seen it. I do want to watch it. There's actually a ton of Christmas movies like I want to watch. Like, was it Holy Night or the one with Santa's like fighting people, beating people up? Santa something. It's got a Harbor in it.
I don't know.
The guy from Stranger Things. What's it called? What is that guy? Dan Harbor? The Harbor?
Do you ever see Christmas Evil? Where he's
Christmas Evil? I haven't.
I haven't either, but I heard it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Bad. Like it's like a murder movie, but like.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
Violent
like
Night is the movie I was thinking of. Violent Night.
Maybe that's.
I don't know. There's just a few that I really want to watch, but it's like I just never think about it because, I'm usually wanting to watch something that's not associated with specifically Christmas.
Yeah.
The only holiday themed movies I really like are Halloween themed Halloween.
Fuck yeah.
Because there's the movie Halloween.
Yes.
All right, man. Well, let's hop into this dang old film.
Like he hops across the street.
Yeah.
Causing accidents.
Exactly. So the film opens up with old Papa Elf. He explains that there are 3 types of elves. Cobbler elves, who make shoes for the cobblers whenever he goes to sleep. They're all pissed at the cobbler elves. Like, this lazy bum never does anything. Then you got the cookie tree elves, which is very dangerous because you shouldn't run a stove inside of a tree. And then you got the big dance for elves, which is a toy building elf.
Fuck you.
It's the only job an elf can do, apparently. No other person can do it, just elves, because they have small, nimble hands.
What about all the children that make stuff in China?
Yeah, but here's the thing. This is a feel-good movie. So we're not supposed to think about that, Jason. So they've tried to use trolls and gnomes, but the trolls pee themselves and the gnomes drink too much.
Hell yeah.
I love the little gnome that just burps. And apparently no human ever touched foot in Santa's workshop until 30 years ago.
So
and this
Santa,
is where the story begins.
He's kind of a human. Or
No,
is he's supposed to be an elf.
Santa?
He's a big elf.
Is he supposed to be an elf?
I think historically, I don't know.
I think he's just like some grandpa that just like walked in, like drank from the fountain of youth and just so happened like, wait, this is the North Pole. And then just started being Santa. I don't know.
The fountain of old.
Yeah. So we cut to an orphanage where Santa is leaving gifts. One of the orphan babies crawls inside of Santa's bags. And then we cut to the elves going crazy, celebrating another successful Christmas. Now it's time to prepare for next Christmas.
And nobody's like, hey, where'd our baby go?
And like none of the elves are like, I don't know, maybe a week vacation, Santa? Dude, what did you do? What'd you build, bro? Can we just have some like time to ourselves here?
Hey, Santa, you could stop time and travel at the speed of light or whatever. Just take it back.
Come on, man. Like, how about you just give us a break? Give us a day off. Sheesh.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about the elf union.
Yeah, like we got to get one going for him.
It got rough.
So Santa sees the child crawl out of the bag. They think his name is Buddy because of his diapers say Buddy on it.
It's a cute baby.
Yeah, it's a really cute baby. I just love the idea. It's like, oh, it's Buddy of Diapersville. So Grandpa Elf decides that he is taking Buddy in because he always wanted to have a child, but because Santa won't stop freaking pushing these elves to work. He wasn't able to have kids or a wife. He's too busy.
Can you imagine how many miscarriages happen just because they have to forced to work so hard?
Jesus
Thanks
Christ.
a lot, Santa.
We are really going to places I didn't think we were going to go during this podcast. And I believe it is.
There's no maternity ward at the North Pole.
Nope. Well, they probably built like a baby pushing out thing or something. I don't know. Wow, really didn't have an ending to that
baby
one.
factory.
Yeah, that. Or it's like they probably have no one that's actually like delivering. They don't have doctors. They just probably have machines they built to.
Maybe they lay eggs.
They might lay eggs.
They're elves.
I like to think elves lay eggs. That's true. I did read that once. So we see Buddy's growing pains as a human in the elf world. He's like riding a bike that's way too small. He's in a school where he sits in a tiny desk and it breaks. When he was old enough, he became Papa's elf's apprentice. And like there's like this whole conversation they have where he's going to help Santa's sleigh fly. And he struggles, like Santa's struggling with his sleigh because it has a clausometer, which is what helps his sleigh fly. It runs off Christmas spirit.
It's Christmas spirit. It's magic.
Yep.
It's fun.
But apparently people don't believe in Santa anymore.
People don't give a shit about Santa anymore, so he's got to have an engine.
And there's a great conversation. It was like, but it's like, what do you mean people don't believe in Santa? Who do they think like leaves out all the gifts and eats the milk and cookies? They think the parents do it. They think the parents do it all in one night? That's great.
Those idiots.
So they're putting a jet engine on the back of Santa's. It's like, it's still not fast enough. He needs like 5 of them if he's going to get to place to place.
Sweet. Have you seen the guy that puts jet engines on like literally everything? He puts them on like bicycles. He put one on a sled, like the little cart you ride, you get on to go under your car.
Yeah.
And he just rockets across the.
That's awesome.
He's old.
I was watching a video, last night or the night before, where it's some people put on like 5 giant, almost look like they're fireworks. They look like Roman candles, but they're huge, huge, on a helicopter.
Oh god!
It was just flying around while I was like shooting. It was so cool. It was
chaotic
awesome.
As hell.
It was great. I should have sent that to you. So we see Buddy struggling to build toys because he's so big. He isn't fast enough at building the toys. He only made 85 Etch-a-Sketches when he was supposed to make over 1,000.
He said 85, and I was at first. You're like, man,
good.
that's quite a few Etch-a-Sketches.
That's pretty good by hand.
And then they're like, oh, what?
And then he calls himself a cotton-headed nitty muggins. And nobody can believe that he said such a word.
No, you're just special, buddy.
Yeah, and the other elves, they try to cheer him up, and he doesn't believe them.
That doesn't work ever.
What, trying to cheer somebody up?
Yeah, cheer someone up by telling them they're special.
You can change out batteries on the fire alarms. It's like, wow, thanks.
I would feel pretty good about that. You know, Tullahoma, Tennessee has the world's tallest firefighter.
Really? How tall is he?
It's in the Guinness Book of I don't know, fucking tall. He came to our house and put in our smoke detectors.
Really?
And he had to like duck to get under the doors. He's fucking huge.
He's like 7 foot?
Yeah, he's really goddamn tall.
And he's like legit, like the tallest firefighter
it's
ever.
In the Guinness Book of World Records.
No way. Yeah. I have to look that up after this. Please, Jesse, don't forget.
He fights the fire that's on the top shelf.
Yeah. We can't reach. The stairs have fallen. Don't worry, I got this. Just jumps up. So we're seeing Buddy. He is sent to where the special elves work, which is testing Jack in the Boxes. This part is so funny.
I feel so bad for him.
It's such a good joke. Like, not just... It's the last one where he's just like, he thinks he's like, oh, okay. Oh, thank God. It doesn't work. And then it pops and he gets so pissed off.
I would have knocked everything off the table.
Oh, it's such a good joke. Love it.
Worst toy ever.
I know. Worst thing you have to test out. That's for sure. So Buddy overhears 2 elves talking about how Buddy's actually a human. And then he like comes to him and he realizes all the ways it's obvious, like his shoes are too small, his bed is too small.
He's in the shower.
It's too small. He's crazy good at basketball compared to all the other ones.
There's the deleted scene where he's playing hockey against the elves and he's kicking their asses.
Really? I didn't know that.
He's like checking them. and just throwing them across the rink.
That would have been so good. They should have.
Pretty good.
Why didn't I watch that on the deleted scenes on my Blu-ray? And this leads to Buddy passing out.
He falls on the older elf guy.
And so he runs to his house and cries in the tiny little bathroom. His Papa Elf talks to him.
Masturbating. Don't come in.
Don't come in. He sits on his lap, and it's hilarious because he's huge. He tells Buddy about his father and how his mom gave him up for adoption and then passed away. His father doesn't know about him, and he tells him where he lives, New York City, and he works at the Empire State Building.
Dang.
As a kid's book boy.
Book boy? Maybe
book illustrator.
Illustrator or like an editor, maybe?
Editor or
something.
He owns it. I don't know.
He's the book boss.
He seems like a perfect person to be running a happy book company.
He's terrible. He's on the naughty list.
No. So Buddy runs outside and he meets some magical creatures. He talks to a snowman.
Leon.
Yeah, he tells us.
Which is Noel backwards.
It's like, my father, he doesn't know about me. At least you have a father. I was just rolled up one day.
Left out in the cold. And that looks exactly like the snowman that was in the old cartoons.
Yeah. Is he supposed to be like a sheriff?
I don't think so.
I thought he looked like kind of like a cop.
Yeah, he's got the vest.
I like the idea of just like some drunk elves just walking home and he's like, hey, get on the ground. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like they try to fight him off, but he's made of snow, so they can't.
It's when he talks to Santa about Leon, he's like, Santa seems a little peeved about him.
Yeah,
like he's just
that goddamn snowman.
That fucking guy, I can't get rid of him.
I wish it was just. I wish global warming would hurry and get rid of this guy. The snowman tells him it's a great time to find out who his father is. Santa sees him off. He tells him don't eat gum off the street. And Buddy is so excited to meet his father, but Santa tells him he's on the naughty list. And then, like, we cut to his father talking to a nun, like a nun that owns an orphanage, like saying, we have to take back the books. You didn't pay your bill.
Love the books.
It's like, what are you talking about? You renting these books out to some nuns at an orphanage? How about you just give them some of these books? It can't be that expensive.
Not everybody could be Dolly Parton.
So since you have kids, how expensive are kids' books?
They're not expensive.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
There's and plus we get the free ones from, Dolly Parton. She's amazing.
Oh, you get free ones? She comes to your house?
Every kid in Tennessee, or maybe even more than just Tennessee, but they get a free book from the ages of like 0 to 4 years old. Every month or so, you get a free book in the mail. Yeah.
I did not know that. So then after the whole nun thing, we're back to Santa. He says some people lose what's important in life, but doesn't mean they can't find it. Papa Elf gives Buddy the snow globe and that he will always be there for Buddy. And it's real sad.
Yeah. He's like, go on, get
out of here. I don't love you no more.
Get out. John Travolta.
Hey,
get out of here.
Come on, Mr. Carter. And Buddy is off. The magical creatures, they say goodbye and cry, and it's so funny.
And the narwhal comes out and scares the shit out of him.
Bye, Buddy. Hope you find your dad. Thanks, narwhal. And when he finally gets to the normal world, he gets attacked by a raccoon that makes monkey. I love it because it makes like a monkey noise when it attacks him.
Hey, what's your name? You sound like you need a hug.
Yeah. And then he makes it to New York. He waves at a guy hailing a taxi because he thinks he's waving at him. He laughs getting his shoes polished. He takes a bunch of flyers from these guys who get real pissed off at him because of it. He goes into a coffee shop that says it has the world's best cup of coffee and yells, "Congratulations on the world's best cup of coffee." I was like, what the hell? Then he like jumps across the street on like the little white lines that you see. Yeah. He says hi to a random guy that looks like Santa. It's apparently a real guy. And then the grossest part, he eats a bunch of gum.
Oh man. And Santa just told
He just told him. And then he runs in circles in a revolving door and throws up. So funny.
Man, I guess he did have to walk thousands of miles through.
I mean, he's probably hungry.
Cold. Yeah.
Nothing better than a belly full of gum.
Ugh.
He then finds the World Trade Center. He walks in to find his dad.
Empire State Building.
Empire. What did I say?
The World Trade Center.
Oh.
Whoops.
Whoopsie. Dang it. So he walks into the Empire State Building. He walks in to find his dad and takes an elevator and hits all the buttons. It looks like a Christmas tree.
That guy looks so pissed.
Yeah. Cut to his father dealing with book issue. Buddy talks to his father's receptionist. Love the receptionist.
Yeah,
she's so
very
fun.
Sweet.
They get along very well. The receptionist thinks it's a Christmas gram. Buddy tries to convince him he is a real elf and his son, but he thinks Buddy is just going to sing for him. I love you. I love you. I love you. He explains that Suzanne Wells is that his mother, and then Walter's starting to realize, like, wait a second, this is not a Christmas gram. And he's like, what is this? Get security. Yeah. And they kick him out. Yeah. It's like, I'll be back. I'll see him again.
The best
like,
kind
no, you won't.
Christmas gram that also comes with a new child.
Yeah, it's the best ones. Get them all the time. He sees the store gimbals and gets ran over as he's trying to walk over there. He goes in and he thinks like cologne is mouth spray. He's scared of an escalator. He talks to people in the stalls of a bathroom. He checks out the lingerie. He's like, oh, for someone special. The store manager starts yelling at him because he's like,
he thinks he's an employee.
He thinks he's an employee. And he's like, are you mad at me? He thinks he works for him. They argue about the North Pole. And I love there's this one part. Why are you smiling like that? Because I like to smile. And then we get the iconic line. Tomorrow, 10 a.m., Santa.
He's like a fucking rock star.
Yeah, it's great. It's so fun. And then he sees Jovi for the first time. He immediately is crushing on her. Jovi. Which is a weird name. Weird pick for a name. She seems not too big on Christmas. She doesn't seem to really care for Buddy because Buddy gives off these real like, I may murder you after work type vibe.
Maybe. I may be a mentally challenged murderer.
Yeah, something like that. And he's kind of creepy with her. He sings in the store because she doesn't like to sing in front of people because they have the whole conversation. It's like, oh, if you can sing by yourself, you can sing in front of people.
Look, I'll do it.
It's Christmas. I'm singing. And so they say their goodbyes for the day. And overnight, Buddy goes ham and decorates the store like crazy.
Guy's good at this.
It looks wonderful.
It looks awesome.
But it also seems not very good for a store because you can't really, I don't know, buy anything in there because it's completely covered head to toe in Christmas decorations.
Yeah, but it like really brought in all the customers.
Yeah, it really did. And then we cut to Walter and his family. Walter is searching his yearbook thinking about Suzanne, but also he's like, because he comes in and he's like, oh, I got to eat this in my office and I got a lot of work to do. And the kid's like, I wish my father was here.
No.
Now, could I please go eat in my room? And the mom's like, can someone just eat dinner with me? Jesus Christ. So we're back at the store. The place is decked out and looks great. When he then hears Jovi singing in the shower. He joins in outside of the shower, not knowing how creepy it is. Creepy, but also love the way like they kind of sing well together, though.
Yeah,
I really like this part, even though it's creepy.
Yeah, I mean it's cute.
Zooey Deschanel can sing, and I guess Will Ferrell's kind of good at like softly singing too. Apparently,
yeah.
I think he actually can sing. I think that's not like something you can do because all actors can sing.
In a lot of his movies, he does sing a little bit.
That's true. He sings in Spirited, the one with him and Ryan Reynolds. But as he's getting super into the song, he gets loud and she flicks out, kicking him out, and then he runs into the wall.
Closes his eyes and
so
runs
great
through the
he
lockers.
immediately runs.
No, did you ever see him sing in the Birdcage?
No, he's not in Birdcage. You're thinking of The Producers.
The Producers.
Yeah, where he's
yes.
He's
okay, that's
Hitler
a different
or a
movie.
Nazi. Yeah.
Hitler in the springtime.
Yeah. I remember liking I've seen the original. I really like the original one.
I've never seen
I need to re-see the new one because it does have that one guy in it that it's Timon. That plays Timon.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he's awesome. So Walter sees Buddy sleeping in a storefront. Buddy wakes up and Walter's like, oh, Jesus Christ, he saw me. Buddy tries to go to see his dad again, but security snags him up again. He's like, I just wanted to give him this present.
He tries to sneak by
and tell him I love him. I just love he's just like constantly trying to say he loves his dad. It's so funny. And then we're back to the store. The manager can't believe how good it looks. He thinks that someone is trying to take his job. Buddy is creeping on Jovi. Jovi confronts Buddy. Buddy tells Jovi that he did all the decorations, and the manager thinks he's going to lose his job because of it.
I'm kind of pissed about this.
Yeah. I just love it. I want a movie about the manager. That's what it should just be, a prequel on the manager's life.
Yeah, he's so funny.
It's like, we don't need a sequel. Let's just go to someone else's life in this movie.
Paranoid. He's like, hey, gives him a radio walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
Like, call me on the radio.
Buddy sees Santa and gets excited. He gets upset, though, when he realizes it's not the real Santa. You sit on a throne of ice. You smell like beef and cheese. It's so funny. The little kid's like, you're a fake? You lie?
He yanks his beard off and they start throwing down.
Fighting.
Destroying
it's like
everything.
The best type of fighting, though, where you're just running around pushing each other and not really throwing punches. We cut to Walter, who got a gift from Buddy. The card has a picture of Walter and Suzanne. But the gift is the lingerie from earlier. And his secretary walks in. It's like, oh. It's like, get out, intercom.
Intercom.
Yeah, she's like, she makes this face like, okay. But it's a call from the police because Buddy got put in jail. Walter bails him out. Walter wants to know who the heck he is. Buddy says that he just wants to meet him, and that he was hoping that Walter would want to meet him back. So Walter takes him to the doctor, and then we see the doctor is played by Jon Favreau, the director of the film.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. That's cool.
Buddy is eating cotton balls. And I love it because you just got James Caan's face like, you sack of shit.
That little girl is so cute, though.
Oh, yeah, she's so cute. Man. I'm just a normal human raised by humans. And Buddy is acting like a child in the doctor's room. The doctor tells him that Buddy is Walter's son. Congratulations, it's a boy. The doctor says that he needs to nurture him and have him meet the family. Walter is pissed off about this. But Walter's wife, Emily, thinks it's wonderful.
Yeah, she's great. She's so sweet.
I know, she's great.
She's also like the best mom actress.
Yeah, I mean, she's great in Step Brothers.
Yeah.
It's like her and Will Ferrell, great chemistry together. When they get inside their house, it's decked out in Christmas garb. Buddy explains how he got there. He's going through the candy cane forest. And,
the swirly girly gumdrops, whatever.
And then I went through the Lincoln Tunnel. He downs a whole Coke. It's great. That's what I used to do back in the day when I was a child. And then he puts maple syrup on his spaghetti. He's like, can you pass the syrup? It's like, I didn't know that you were doing that. And he says, we elves try to stick to the 4 major food groups: candy, candy canes, candy corn, and syrup.
Oh, God.
The wife says he can stay with him as long as he wants. Walter does not like this idea, though. But she thinks he has serious issues.
Obviously.
Yeah. There's like he does this huge burp. Did you hear that?
And the kid, like the other kid, is like not having it.
Yeah, at this point, yeah, he's like, ugh, I hate this guy. Great, I already don't get any attention from my father, and now I have to deal with this guy. But while Buddy is sleeping, he starts yelling for Walter. Dad! Dad! He's like, what? He says he can't sleep until he gets tucked in. Then when he takes it, he's like, tickle fights.
Man, to be tickled by another grown man.
That's so wonderful.
Oh, God.
We might see that later in the film. He says he loves him, but Walter doesn't say it back because he's a dick.
Yeah, he's kind of afraid.
He's just a tough guy. He's
weird.
A tough old guy. He's a gangster, man. That's what James Caan does. So Buddy makes breakfast, and it's spaghetti with syrup on it. He's like, did you sleep okay? I got 40 minutes and built a rocking horse.
He's destroyed their lazy
their entertainment center or something. Yeah. Walter says Buddy needs to lose the costume. It's like, when? Like, right now. Takes his pants off. Emily walks in. So Walter leaves for the day to go to work, and immediately as he exits the building, he gets a phone call from Buddy. It's like, how'd you get my number? It's like, Emily gave it to me in case of emergency. What's the emergency? There's an evil noise coming from this box over here. It's like, oh, it's the radiator. It's like, no, it's not. Oh, yeah, it is. It's like, hey, don't call me again. It's like, no, I'll call you in 5 minutes. I love you. I'll call you in 5 minutes. So how about this? I'll call you. And then he goes and starts eating the spaghetti, but it's like nothing but marshmallows, candy. Oh, it looks gross.
He got sick.
I'd throw up. I wouldn't even be able to eat it. I'd try it. You know what? Maybe I'll like it. I don't know.
Maybe it's my favorite thing.
So we're back at the office. Walter is getting chewed out because he lost his way in the children's book industry because he literally did not print 2 pages. Like, what are we doing, dude? How could you send that out? Their numbers are down. He's on a tight deadline and now has to get a new book out and must have the idea by Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I feel like he should have been fired for that. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
I guess he's been there forever. He's been good up until this point.
Hey, you're bad at this now.
How do you just not get 2 pages done? Like, what is that?
I think there. What was it? There was it budget cuts or was it?
Yeah, something like that. It's like, oh, these dang
trying
printers.
to hit the deadline.
Yeah,
maybe.
So we see Michael getting out of school. Buddy is yelling for him, but Michael's trying to get away. He's like, God dang it, why does he just keep following? He's so annoying and asking a bunch of questions. Do you have homework? Who's your best friend? Do you have best friends? Michael yells at him to go away, but then they get attacked by snowballs.
Fuck yeah.
Then Buddy lays them out. Just builds like 1,000 snowballs. Like, here, build as many snowballs as you can.
He makes one.
Yeah, 1 billion of them. But because he's so good at throwing snowballs, Michael loves them now.
Yeah.
They're best friend. Michael and Buddy start running around the mall together, having fun. Michael tells him that Walter is the worst dad because all he cares about is money. And then they run into Jovi. And Michael's like, do you like her or something? Like, why don't you ask her out? It's like, what's that? What do you mean? To like get food.
Do you want to get food?
And then we learn that Gimbals put a restraining order on Buddy.
That's awesome.
But Buddy tells Jovi that he wants to see her more and his tongue swells up when he sees her. He asks if she wants to eat food and she agrees.
She loves food.
But why does she agree? This guy is crazy. Such a classic movie thing where it's like in a comedy, the insane main character, and then you got like this attractive girl and it's like, yeah, I'll date you, whatever. And it's like, why?
Yeah. Maybe she's starving and her water was cut off in her apartment.
That's true. And
maybe she doesn't have any food.
Yeah, and she's like, you know what? Like, Will Ferrell's he's cute he's kind of a cute guy.
Yeah, he's made her laugh a couple times so far.
He can sing.
How
At least I won't be.
Worse?
I mean, and like, odds are maybe he is Santa, like a friend of Santa, and maybe they'll make me like him a little bit more. I don't know.
Yeah, great presents.
Buddy and Michael get a huge Christmas tree. They chopped it down in the park. Emily says to not worry about it because they're having fun. She tells Walter that it's a good thing for Michael because Walter isn't around. And then Buddy knocks over the Christmas tree trying to put the star on top. It's like, I got this.
Like a big cat.
And then Michael doesn't even turn around. Then we see Walter's trying to get out of hanging out with Buddy, but Emily says that, like, you're going to have to hang out with him. I'm not staying home with him. This is your son, not mine. Well, I mean, technically, I guess he is. And then we cut to them walking into work. I love it because he's mimicking Walter the whole time.
Yeah, he's got his business clothes on.
And then I love whenever it's like, hey, Francisco, what a fun name. And then he sees the receptionist. Hey, it's me, Buddy. I got new clothes. She's like, yeah, you do. And then whenever he's just like sitting in the corner on a tiny chair reading a book, she comes in. It's like, you have such a pretty face. They should put it on a Christmas card.
Oh,
She's
God.
like, you just made my day.
Oh.
I love it. I love their relationship.
It's
It's so good.
yeah.
Makes me so happy. He takes some drink of coffee and he's like, Walter's like, you don't have to drink that. That's how I felt about coffee for the longest time. And now I'm completely addicted to it.
Useless without it.
It's all I want. I forgot to turn off the coffee maker. I must remember that right after this episode. Great. Anyways, Walter is getting annoyed by Buddy. I love it because they get the phone call. Buddy the Elf, what's your favorite color? It's so funny to me. It's like the best joke of the whole movie. Buddy the Elf, what's your favorite color? Maybe we should just start answering the phone like that.
I wish I could.
Just next time someone calls, I'm gonna think of something. Yeah, well, let's just move on.
Yep.
Jesse the podcaster, what's your favorite color? Walter is annoyed at Buddy and sends him to the magical place called the mailroom.
Ooh,
It's got shiny bins. And Buddy's super excited, but we learn it's a dingy room. Buddy's very unsure about this place. He says, this place reminds me of Santa's workshop, but it smells like mushrooms and everybody wants to hurt me.
Yeah. Maybe he makes a friend with peach schnapps or something.
That 26-year-old.
Yeah, right?
I don't believe that one bit.
Not for a second.
But Walter has his top 2 writers come in, and they say that they should bring in Miles Finch, who's this like acclaimed, I guess, children's book writer. Mm-hmm. Walter seems upset, but he decides he likes the idea. And then we see Buddy's getting along with one of the work friends. His face gets sucked into like the mail thing that sucks up the stuff. He thinks the guy is putting syrup in his coffee, but it's actually alcohol. So he like pours the whole bottle in his glass, and then he gets super drunk. Guy says, funny. I got to get out of here, man. I'm 26. Yes. It's like, whoa, what?
Yeah, he's not. So they're drunk together talking about.
And then he's just like,
so young, man.
It's like, I just got to go with the flow. Will Ferrell's like, yeah, go with the flow. That's what you got to do. No, man, I got to get out of the flow. Get out of the flow, then. That's what you got to do. And then they have a tickle fight. So funny. That guy looks crazy as a 26-year-old, though. How old do you think that guy is? Like 40?
Yeah, probably.
Maybe like 39?
Yeah, I think he's in his 40s.
Watch him actually be like a 20-year-old. I should have looked it up.
Maybe. He just looks so much older with his beard.
But if he is 40, I hope he's still alive. Wah, 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 because it's like 20 years old. Walter and the writers are talking to Finch, trying to convince him to help. He agrees and has a list of demands. He seems like a jerk, though. And then like he gets the phone call in the middle. There's a bunch of mailroom issues. Then we cut back to the mailroom, and like everybody's like dancing.
Yeah, it's great. He's
everybody's having a great
Christmas
time.
Joy.
It's perfect. So we cut to Buddy and Jovi going on their date. He takes her to the world's best. Oh, well, first, he's like, she comes down. It's like, hey, what are we doing? I don't know. We'll think of something. Immediately walks away without her. She's like, oh, okay.
My family does this. Like my mom and my aunt. And
oh, really? They're just like, hey, let's do this.
Yeah,
and immediately
walks. Fucking, boom.
Bolt.
If you're not right there behind them, you will get left behind.
That's me whenever I go to like Walmart or something.
Yeah, he's just trying to get out as fast as
possible. If I'm by
possible.
myself, like I'm not in there 10 minutes. Like no matter how much stuff I have to get. So he takes her to the world's best coffee shop.
He's like blindfold.
Yeah. But she hates it.
Like, what is it? A shitty cup of coffee?
Shows her the revolving door that she's in. I love there's a guy in the background who at first is like really pissed off and then starts laughing as he's trying to get in there. And it's like, I was like, that's awesome. Takes her to look at trees. And then she shows him the Rockefeller tree. And then they go skating. He kisses her on her cheek. You missed. It's like, what? And then they lay a big smooch on it. That's such a cute little scene, though, right?
I know.
Oh, it's so good.
So good.
It's just like two of like the cutest actors you ever seen together.
It's very sweet.
They're very like innocent type of actors. I don't know. That's all I always say. Like Zooey Deschanel, she's like this innocent little person.
She's always the innocent
And then Will
girl.
Ferrell, he's always got like this like immaturity to him, so he seems innocent all the time.
Childlike innocence.
Yeah, exactly. So the next day, Miles Finch comes in. He's very aggressive and rude. He has to have everything to like 71 degrees, specific things, picking him up. Yeah. He hates all the writers' ideas. They have like Kyle Gass. He has this asparagus idea where it's like
all of our ideas are vegetables.
Yeah. And it's like he's just... The asparagus is getting made fun of because his pee smells weird. Finch tries to tell him all his ideas, but Buddy comes in and thinks he's an elf. And this really pisses Finch off because he's a little person.
Yeah.
Right? Is that the proper terms?
Peter Dinklage famously does not take parts that are made for little people.
Oh, really?
Like as like a munchkin or like a...
Oh, gotcha.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And so I bet in real life that probably really pissed them off.
Yeah, right? He keeps going and Finch attacks him. He drop kicks him and throws him around and leaves him. It won't help Walter. And then Walter kicks Buddy out and yells at him, tells him to get out of his life.
Dang.
Rush.
Bad? I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know what I was trying to say there.
Me neither, man. So Emily calls Walter and now he has to work late on Christmas Eve. But the writers found Finch's notebook. They're just going to steal his ideas. I'm sure that won't lead to a lawsuit. It's a good thing Buddy did show up in their
America,
lives.
baby.
So Buddy left an Etch-a-Sketch note saying he's leaving. Michael finds the notes.
He's really good at that Etch-a-Sketch.
Yeah, I do love that one scene where he's like, oh, I got everything planned out for us today, Dad, to Walter. Like, we're going to eat a bunch of sugar plums. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. And then we're going to end the day by snuggling.
Oh,
Then he like shakes Etch-a-Sketch because he's like, oh, no, we're not doing that. So Walter is at the pitch meeting, but Michael runs in and tells him Buddy ran away. Walter wants to finish the meeting first, but Michael makes him feel super bad about it and tells him that he has to reschedule the meeting. But like the main guy's like, if you leave out of here, you're fired. And tells like Michael to go away. And then Walter's like, whoa. Don't talk to my kid like that, okay, guy? And Walter says, up yours, and leaves to go find Buddy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm slowly starting to get kind of emotional. And Buddy is walking alone and then notices Santa's sleigh crash in the Central Park.
Shit.
But Michael
Santa's
also
been
notices
drinking
this.
and driving,
yeah,
man.
he has. It's Rudolph. He drank a little too much. So Buddy finds Santa. He's like, back off, slick. Santa's ready to start swinging, man.
He's
got like a tire iron.
Yeah.
He's like ready to hit. Like, what happens if it was somebody? Would he actually hit him in the head?
Yeah, I mean, he's in
Does he not
Central
have
Park.
some like
It's
magical
dangerous.
Christmas sleeping dust?
Yeah, right. He should if he doesn't.
But Santa realizes it's Buddy. Apparently the Clausometer dropped to 0, and because of the lack of Christmas spirit, they can't fly. And his engine also broke.
Engine out of order.
He says he needs an elf's help, and Santa says to Buddy that he's more of an elf than anybody he has ever met. And so they have to fix the engine, but he has to find it first. Jovi is watching the news, and they are saying Santa may have fallen out of the sky. They show Buddy walking in the park, and Jovi goes out to find him. It's like the Bigfoot video.
I didn't realize that.
So
That's
Michael
funny.
and Walter find the engine, and Michael and Walter find the engine and Buddy together. Walter tells Buddy that he is so sorry that he loves him. And like, I'm almost about to cry.
Oh, man.
Buddy
Papa.
hugs him too long. It's like this awkward long hug. And like James was like, okay, let's go.
That's perfect.
Buddy goes and shows them Santa. And then we get another news segment. I love this one. This one's so funny because you got this creepy guy like hitting on the news reporter the entire time. And he's like, I love your eyes. And it's like, everything that you say is just so believable. I love your mouth. She says that the park rangers are there searching. And they're super creepy.
Yeah, they're like the horses of the apocalypse or
Yeah,
something.
it's so crazy. And we'll learn it's because he put them on the naughty list so long ago. So I guess they're like, we're going to become park rangers and hope that he fails and falls into the park.
We're going to make it rain blood and fire.
She
everything.
says something where it's like, what is it? It's, and they have controversial methods of breaking up crowds.
Oh, no.
At the, what is it? The Garfunkel thing?
Yeah.
I can't remember. So Santa is super excited that they found the engine. Walter and Santa talk. Santa asks Michaels what he wants for Christmas, and Santa has it. Because of this, the sleigh raises because of the Christmas spirit. Michael says that they should get the news reporters over here so people can believe in him, but he explains it doesn't work that way. You have to just believe. You can't have proof and believe. That's cheating,
That's
apparently.
bullshit.
It's like, when did we just make that rule up? It's like such a long time ago. No, if you believe in something that you already know means that, like, well, you didn't believe in it, but now you believe in it, but that's cheating because you know about it. It's like, no, it's not how things work. It's okay to like see something like, oh, I saw Santa. Now I believe in Santa, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, you have no choice but to believe in it.
Right? I mean, if
It's
anything,
right there.
if Santa's there, it's like everybody be like, oh, snap. I should be good all year. Is that such a bad thing, Santa?
You'd think the Clausometer would just go whoop all the way immediately.
Right, because Michael saw Santa.
Yes.
Got a gift from Santa in person. Clausometer went up. You got to think, Michael's like, yeah, won't you do this to everybody?
Yeah, it will become
But then, like,
the greatest thing that's ever
obviously,
happened on the planet.
like some serial killers will be like waiting in their house. It's like,
oh,
come on,
God.
Santa.
I know you're coming.
I know you're coming here. Even though they'd be on the naughty list. But I guess he just break it.
He knows when they're sleeping and awake.
Yeah.
And holding a knife.
Exactly.
Waiting for him at the bottom of the chimney.
Exactly. That's the sequel. Elf versus
that's
serial
the sequel
killers.
we deserve.
So the Central Park Rangers show up and they're ready to kill.
Yes.
Buddy says he has a plan. Michael steals Santa list, and Walter dresses up as Santa to distract the Rangers. Doesn't work one bit. Michael shows up to the reporter.
They're like the Nazgul from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great reference, actually. Michael tries to convince everybody that Santa is real. He starts to tell everybody what they want for Christmas. It's almost exactly like just showing Santa on TV.
Yes.
It's great and cute. Got all the little kids like, yes, awesome.
Yeah.
I'm getting what I want.
Hell yeah.
The reporter doesn't believe it. Michael tells her what she asked for.
And parents should be relieved.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, thank
Why
God.
have I been buying all this shit for so long?
And now maybe my kid won't be a jerk.
Where the hell have you been, Santa?
Exactly. So, and then like Michael tells her what she wanted first. Like she wanted her boyfriend to propose and get off his lazy butt. They still don't believe though. Then we see Jovi and Emily showing up. Jovi decides the best way to spread Christmas cheer is to sing loudly so everybody can hear. The Rangers are coming though, so Santa has to go before the engine is ready. And like he just leaves and Buddy's like, all right, I'll catch up. The Rangers got put on the naughty list and they never forgave.
Dang.
Jovi starts singing, you better watch out. Buddy is trying to fix the engine. People start joining Jovi. Santa is still running. And then he has the line, I'm getting too old for this job. They finally get liftoff, but the engine gets knocked off. Oh no, more people are singing now all over the world. Because of this, Santa is starting to fly. Walter is the only mouthing the words, but Michael calls him out. But then he starts singing and Santa flies over him. All he needed was Walter to sing. It's amazing. I'm tearing up right now just thinking about it.
Your Christmas spirit.
Like
Your
Christmas,
heart grew 5 times that day, Jesse.
Yeah. But like, I'm not a mean old Grinch. But he saves Christmas.
Hell yeah.
Woo! We see Jovi and Walter playing the piano and singing. Michael, Emily, and Buddy are opening gifts. Walter started a children's book company using Buddy as an inspiration. Buddy still visits Papa Elf. Jovi also joins them to visit. They have a baby together.
That's so sweet.
Papa wants to see the baby, but Buddy sits on the lap instead. The end.
I kind of want to see how they raise the kid. How Zoe Deschanel or Jovi is like, stop giving him candy.
Like
He's an infant.
Like a sequel could be like Buddy wants to raise him as an elf, but he doesn't want to be an elf, so it could be like a journey of like finding his elfdom.
Hell yeah.
Like that'd be an all right idea, I guess.
Going through the pangs of puberty.
Yeah. I like to think like it'd be funny if like the kid grew up to be a goth kid, hates Christmas, and it's like just Buddy trying to convince the kid that he's
Or we
Christmas
find out
okay.
that Jovi was actually something else, like a different mythical creature.
It's like a Krampus elf.
Yes.
Dude, Elf versus Krampus. That's the sequel we
The
need.
match of the century.
Yeah. But that's the film. So we're going to head on over to our first category, the good, the bad, the ugly, the fine. It's where we discuss the good of the film, something we've liked, or whether it be the actor, a character, a scene. The bad, something we didn't like, whether we didn't like a performance or like just an element of the film. The ugly, something that didn't age well. The fine, something that did age well. What do you got as the good, my man?
I think it's Buddy's just unwavering happy, like joy.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. It's like, it's nice to see that sometimes, you know?
God.
Bunch of
He
negative
hasn't been
Nancy's.
destroyed by the world.
One guy is just so happy. I just think
Optimism.
the good, it's just such a clever idea.
Yeah.
A human elf goes into the world to find his dad, and it's silly. It's great. Will Ferrell's amazing. This is why we all love Will Ferrell, because he does this so well.
Hell yeah.
Even though I think like 10 years later, people are like, he's still doing this? He's still doing this? But I still love it. Every time he comes out with a movie, even if it's bad, it's like, well, Will Ferrell is funny. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's good in it. Like,
I still haven't
just do
seen
his thing.
the Sherlock Holmes with him and
That movie, there's some good jokes in there, but that movie is bad. That movie is really bad.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That's why I didn't see it. So.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, because those two together are amazing. And there's some of their scenes together, it's like, this is really funny. It's just like they lost it. I don't know what happened on that one. But anyways, the bad. What's something that you find bad in this film?
I don't know. Maybe the
I don't know. It's a tough one.
It's a tough one, but like it could be a little cheesy sometimes.
I get that
with Zoe. The whole relationship thing.
Well, you're absolutely wrong. Love is alive, and I love it. My bad was that the fact that James Caan died, and that we're all going to eventually die. Because James Caan is perfect. He's great. I love the man.
The death realization.
Yeah, I don't really have anything bad about this movie. I like it. We overplay it. That's the bad.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Once a year, right? You don't have to play it on.
Oh yeah, my kids are
Thanksgiving.
Specifically not allowed to watch Christmas movies any time of the year except for Christmas time, the month of December, basically.
Month of December, yeah. It's like we gotta stop.
You start singing Jingle Bells, you get the back of my hand.
Golly. I'm calling the cops on this guy.
Well, verbally, not.
Yeah, you get the verbal back of my hands. So The Ugly. What do you got?
I mean, everything was pretty cool. That song. It's Cold Outside. It's famously kind of rapey.
I did look up like the history of that song. Apparently it's supposed to be more of like the girl wants to stay and comes up with excuses, but is like wanting him to like convince her to stay. It's supposed to be like that. Apparently like some of the lines in it back then had different meanings.
Yeah.
So it's more of like she actually wants to stay too. But
I think just the song didn't age well.
She's supposed to pretend to be modest because of the times, even though she wants to stay
She's not
with the
getting
guy for the night.
Even though it sounds like it.
Yeah. To go along with the creepiness, Buddy is a little creepy to Jovi at the beginning.
Yeah.
Right. He doesn't know he's an elf. He has a childlike mind, but
he's never been in love before.
I can't help it. It's a little creepy,
It's
dude.
like he's going through puberty as an adult.
Essentially, he's becoming a man.
Yes.
All right. What's something that aged well? I'm just going to say the movie. It's timeless. It's a timeless
Keep
classic.
watching it every year.
Yeah. It's great.
Love it.
So what do you guys a double feature?
Because this is our last Christmas movie.
Yep.
I don't know, man.
I'm
gonna watch Krampus again. So if you got a bad taste in your mouth for all the joy and happiness, and you hate being happy, you watch Krampus and be scared.
Yeah.
And still laugh.
I decided, just because I like Christmas comedies. I'm gonna pick The Night Before. Seth Rogen, Anthony Mackie.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Joseph
yet.
Gordon-Levitt.
It's
less of. I think it's more. It's just a funny movie. It's great. It's just like a classic. Like three friends, they're kind of apart, and they come together every night for this one night to party it up. And they're like, oh, some of them are like, we don't want to do this every year. It's kind of childish and stuff. It's great. It's got some of the
just
hilarious scenes.
Don't confuse The Night Before with Before Sunset or After Sunrise or whatever those movies
my God, have you seen those movies?
Oh. You
don't like them?
Oh.
Well,
no, I don't.
I
like Ethan Hawke.
They're considered great pieces of cinema.
Fuck, man.
I know they're all boners. I haven't seen it. I've been wanting to watch them, but I just don't have them.
Corny.
They're corny, really?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to watch it, and then I'm gonna yell at you if they're not.
This girl I was in love with back a long time ago. She wanted to watch those, and it's like what every woman wants their relationship to be if it was super romantic.
Yeah, it's the same director as Dazed and Confused.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. I don't like. I haven't seen them, so I can't say anything.
I guess,
but I just feel like you're wrong.
They're kind of a slog. I'm gonna warn you.
I need to watch it. They're like part of the Criterion Collection. I want to get all three of them eventually.
Cool. Maybe they're better now that I'm an adult.
Maybe.
And not just hyper focused on breasts and vaginas. So, I'll give them another shot.
He had to bring it in somehow,
What, breasts and vaginas?
Breasts and vaginas. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I guess.
So, that's it. That's the film.
Yay!
That's our thing. So you can join us next week for the hit film starring Ryan Gosling called Drive. It's one of my favorite films. It really changed my life in 2011.
Dang.
And I can't wait to talk about it. It's going to be probably a quick episode because there's so little dialogue in the whole film. It's mainly just Ryan Gosling driving.
But it has one of Jesse gushing.
Has one of the best openings to a movie ever because you think it's gonna be crazy, and then it's just this. I don't know. We'll get there. We'll get there.
I can't wait to see it.
So you've never seen it?
I've never seen it.
Can't watch it with your kids.
Oh.
I hope that's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
There's nudity and a lot of violence, and it's great.
Sweet, I love it.
I can't wait to eat the elevator scene. It's
one of the... He gets out of the car?
Yeah, so there's an elevator scene, and it's one of the most romantic parts of the movie and one of the most violent parts of the movie.
And you got me. I'm hooked.
I love that.
You got your hooks in me.
So make sure you join us next week for Nicholas Winding Refn's Best Movies Ever Made, Drive. And make sure we have an email set up so that you can email us and send feedback. Or if you just want to talk about Elf or you want to send something about Drive, the next movie, just send it. It's we recommend mailbag@gmail.com. You can also follow our Linktree /We Recommend podcast. If you want to follow us on social medias, or if you're listening to this for some reason with a friend and you're like, oh, I don't have Spotify, I don't want to listen to Apple Podcasts, you can go to our Linktree and then you can easily get to Apple Podcasts there or any of other streaming services that you use.
Sweet. Do it.
Also, thank you, Joey Prosser, for our intro and outro. You can follow him on X @Mr. Joey Prosser. Whew, man, I'm getting really good at the ending, aren't I?
Yeah.
And I ruin it like that.
You haven't bumbled it once.
Yeah. Only like every time we do it. I just edit the crap out of it. But thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week for Drive. This has been the We Recommend podcast. I'm Jesse.
I'm Jason.
And the best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear. Merry Christmas.
I'm singing and it's Christmas.
Woo! I hope it's white and snowy for y'all. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.